Buonasera, Isabella.
Casanova warned me.
Making an AI short film becomes much simpler when you know what truly matters. In this video, we'll move from idea to finished piece, keeping the process clear, efficient, and creatively sharp. We'll walk through the essentials: a defined visual style, consistent characters and locations, voices that support the story, music that builds mood, shot types and camera motion that enhance pacing, and video generators that fit each task. When these elements align, you save time, reduce costs, and your final result looks instantly more intentional. I'll also show behind-the-scenes attempts from an AI series I'm building, fails included, so you can see what works, what to avoid, and how to refine faster. Let's jump in. The first thing I always do is spend time on the concept. For this project, I wanted to bring 1700s Venice back to life, so I started with world building. The atmosphere, the architecture, the colors, the mood. To shape that vision, I used Midjourney. It's perfect for exploring visual styles, defining the faces of the characters, and understanding how the film should feel. Later in this video, I'll show you how to transfer any style you create into your final frames. But for now, let's focus on this part. Here's an example. This is the prompt I used for the mask. I generated a few variations, picked the one that felt right, and saved it for later. Then I moved on to the characters. For Isabella, the protagonist, I tried multiple facial options until I found the one that clicked. Same with the dress. I explored different styles and picked the one that really defined her. For the beak, the villain, I followed the same process but with his own vibe. Different mask variations, different outfits, until I had all the pieces I needed. By the end of this phase, you should have 3 things: a folder with shots that define your visual style, lighting, mood, cinematography, another folder for your characters with their key elements, faces, outfits, masks, weapons, etc., ideally on a white background, and a folder for your main locations. What you include can vary based on the project. Now, let's move to the most important pillar. Let's jump into keyframe generation. My go-to tools are Nano Banana Pro and GPT 1.5. They let you build every frame based on your script. You can use them directly inside Higgsfield, super handy because everything's in one place. Now that we have our character elements, we start assembling. Here's Isabella. I combined her face reference, the dress, and the mask. The prompt was basically, use the first image for the face, the second for the dress, she's wearing the mask, white background. Done. Isabella is ready. Same idea for the other characters, but here's the fun part. You can put multiple characters in one scene. For example, I placed Isabella and the beak in the same room by uploading their references, a room image, a style reference, and prompting. Place the woman from image 1 in the foreground facing the camera with a terrified face. It's quite long, you can find the full thing in the description. Instantly you get consistent lighting and mood. They feel like they belong in the same world. Now for the cinematic part, multi-camera shots. With Nano Banana Pro, you can generate multiple camera angles by using a prompt. You can see it on screen, I'll put it in the description. But basically, you upload your image, you copy the prompt, and then you get multiple shots. Here you can see shots of myself. On the other side, you can go on Higgsfield and use the Cinema Studio feature. Workflow is simple. Upload your shot. Set your camera options. As you can see, you can choose different cameras, lenses, focal lengths, and apertures. Then click Generate. When the image is ready, hit Multi-Shot. Pick the shots to upscale. And that's it. More coverage, more cinematic options. By combining your character builds, locations, and multi-shots, you'll end up with a solid keyframe set. Next step, we animate them. Stay with me. If you're still here and this was useful, hit like. Questions? Comment below. I'll be happy to answer everyone. Alright, let's move to AI video animation. Today we are going to use image to video, first frame/end frame transitions, and video plus audio generation, and we will see which model produces the best results. Let me show you. Here I'm using Kling 2.6. First frame/end frame basically connects 2 stills with an animation. I had Isabella without her mask as the first frame and with the mask as the second. Prompt: the woman put the mask on her face while the camera stays still. And here's the result. Quite cool, right? For video plus audio, I usually bounce between Kling 2.6, VO 3.1, and Seedance 1.5 Pro. What I care about is motion, emotion, and how the audio lands with the shot. Prompt: a woman screaming in terror, putting her hands on the face in a terrifying moment, while the camera dolly shot on her face. Here's VO 3.1. And here's Kling 2.6. Kling's audio isn't great, easy fix with 11 laps. And VO didn't follow the direction I needed, so I'll go with the Kling generation for this. Physics and camera motion are huge too. In this sequence, I needed the character descending on a rope or a crash zoom into her face for a more cinematic shot. Here's the rope prompt done with Kling 2.6. And here's the crash zoom prompt done with Seedance 1.5. I'm not sure about the rope scene, but the zoom seems pretty much what I was looking for. AI filmmaking is really about mixing the right tools for each scene. Now that we've got all our clips, it's time for music and sound design. Music, voices, and sound matter way more than people think. For voices and SFX, 11 Labs is my go-to. You can generate and change voices, do text-to-speech for voiceovers, and make pretty much any sound effect you need. For this scene, I wanted background chatter in a ballroom, so I used people talking and whispering in a ballroom. And that's the result you're seeing here. Little tip: sometimes adding your own audio effects lets you use cheaper video models that don't generate sound. Saves budget. Now, music. Total backbone of the film. I use Suno because you can nail any genre. For this project, I needed something that felt like Venice in the 1700s, so I even specified the instruments. Here's what it gave me. And honestly, vibes. At this point, you should have everything you need to cut your AI film together. Use whatever editor you like: Premiere, CapCut, Canva, whatever. The story is what really counts. If you want me to dive into music videos too, drop a comment. I've made a few and they're actually fun as hell. You've seen my process: characters, choices, style. Now check out episode 1 with Isabella, the mask that kills, and tell me if you can spot which techniques I used. See you in the next one!